Alright guys, so we are going to be doing a nighttime drive today. In this video, it is about, well, early in the morning actually. So let's go ahead and start up the vehicle. Currently it is about 52 degrees outside. All my HVAC controls are off. The battery is at less than half full. It's fairly quiet. No acoustic glass in the front. But until the engine kicks in, the 2.5 liter, 4-cylinder that you see in most of Toyota's hybrids. Once that kicks in, it gets pretty loud. Turning and steering is pretty good for XSE. Now hopefully the rattle in the rear doesn't get too much in the way in the video, but visibility is very nice. Right now I am in the power band, or in power. As a quick Super Duty. Anyway, so we are off. Going uphill, the engine does drone a little bit. Blind spot monitoring works just fine. Lane centering needs some work. This has all the safety features, including adaptive cruise control. It's Safety Sense 2.0, so not the newest. I believe the newest is either 3.0 or 3.5. It has the older infotainment system, so the Sienna got left in the dark. One of the last ones to adapt a newer UI. Most likely in 2024, it's going to go ahead and get some type of refresh. But as of right now, we are in the eco band, going about 55-ish. And here you see the wind noise. And overall, that's how the Sienna took that bump right there with this XSE suspension. And the 18-inch wheel setup with the 60 sidewalls. Battery right now is at half full. Again, 30.1 miles per gallon. Cruising about 50 miles per hour. Safety Sense 2.0 has the speed limit signs or the road signs. It's capable of reading some road signs depending on where you are. So once we're going downhill, I usually let go of the throttle, let it coast a little bit. I let it charge the battery. And again, this car is not a performance vehicle. So having said that, it's more like a hybrid game. Max out, not hyper mild, but for this type of vehicle, it's like a 2.5 ton vehicle. It's pretty efficient in gas. Right now we haven't filled the gas at all since we picked up the vehicle. And again, it's only averaging 30.1 miles per gallon. approaching pretty soon are a few rough patches. Let's see how the car handles in terms of soaking up the bumps. And there you go. Now compared to the Golf R, much more noticeable, of course. The Golf R has much firmer suspension, lower to the ground, lower profile tires. So it's come to be expected for the Sienna to handle it like so. But I think the main difference is whether or not the XSE is a lot more harsh than the LE, the XLE, and the rest of the lineup. Again, I've stated in the past, if you have the right tire setup, I think it really goes ahead and improves ride quality. At the same time, with the XSE, with the Sport Tune suspension and the Sport Tune EPS, electric power steering, it does give you one of the better packages when it comes to handling. So right now the battery is more than half full. It's been charged due to driving on the highway. It's not running much on battery versus going on the city. We're at 30.2 miles per gallon. Getting a little bit louder in terms of exterior noise. Going uphill as well. Averaging 30.2 again. With a cruising range of 254 miles left. Going about 60 miles per hour. Coasting down. Now some rough patch right here coming up. You're gonna see, well, you get a feel of how the XSE suspension handles. Like right there. Turning wise, feels pretty solid, pretty planted for a minivan. With 6.3 inches of ground clearance. Lower than most SUVs. Most SUVs, crossovers. Right now we are doing 30.3 miles per gallon. Averaging over just 55-ish. Battery's at over half full. And then in a few seconds, in a few minutes, we're gonna go do some city driving on the street, stop and go, and let's see how that goes. Coming up is the first significant turn, but there are a couple cars in front of me. I'm gonna go ahead and brake slightly to engage regen braking. Steering wheel is planted. I'm gonna throttle it just a little bit. On-demand all-wheel drive. Again, the seats rattling in the back is kind of like a good sign, although it might be more of a nuisance to hear it, but lets you know how unpaved these roads are. But for me as a driver, I don't feel much of the bumps at all. Overall, pretty quiet. For the most part, if you're not going uphill, if you're not stepping on the throttle to make a pass, the engine drone could be pretty well maintained, well manipulated, stays fairly quiet for most of the trip. Again, very comfortable for my driving preference, for what I'm used to. But you can tell from the shaking of the car seats in the rear that the roads are actually very bumpy. Right now we're running on all electric. Sure. Have enough ground clearance.
At the pay station or parking office once you've returned to the garage and before you return to your vehicle.
All right, guys, so that is a morning drive. Battery is at less than half full again. We're at 30.6 miles per gallon on average. And here it is. Again, definitely a different feel than the Mark 7 Golf R commute. Slower, more relaxed, I guess. But hope this video was entertaining. Probably not, but just want to give you insight of how it is driving a hybrid tank of a vehicle, a minivan, at night. And that's it. All right. On that note, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. Take care.